What is up, everybody? I figured I'd drop a Momo guide because I've been playing Momo for the better half or better part of season 3. I've been touching other characters too, so I will be talking about some other characters in the future. But let's get to it. We've got Alpha. The thing about Alpha is that it's really good. It's a projectile, so it will, if you're grounded, it will go along the ground. It doesn't matter if you look up. Doesn't matter if you look down, it's just going to go with the ground. But the moment you jump and angle it up. So if you're in the air, you can throw it up. If you're in the air, you can throw it down. So long as you're in the air, then you can control where it goes. But if you're grounded, just remember it will only go along the ground. You can't send it up. So in case you didn't know about that, it's pretty important. Next up, we've got this. And I say this as if you're supposed to know that you're stun locking. You don't know that. That's what I'm about to tell you. So Alpha as a stun tool is super, super strong. And hopefully I have some footage to show you on the screen right now. But what it allows you to do, you're doing these slow alphas, it allows your opponents, it allows your teammates at them while they're stun locked. So that's just extra damage from projectiles. Also, what you can do is if you already have a cannon down, you can slowly hit them with the alphas while the cannon's about to shoot them. So that's super strong. And it gets you free damage right there. You may not get the first or second one because the cannons kind of count as a melee hit, so you'll only get one if you do 2 alphas, but that's okay because doing these slowly allows your teammates to just get extra damage in. But oh, something I left out about the alpha, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna, so with the alpha you can also do melee and then with your first hit and hit the second and third. This does more damage if you can get this combo to work. And it also keeps the opponent stunned longer for your teammates to hit them. So, pretty important step. If you can get the stun, highly recommend it. If you miss the first hit and the second hit, they'll usually roll, and that's okay because they're still going to get hit by the third. And do that, they'll still do. That's 67. That's without. Yeah. That's just by itself. So 67 by itself, then it's 38. So what does more? A third 38 or doing 2 hits into this combo, the 91? I'm going to assume that doing 2 hits into the 91 probably going to get you more damage. And if you're going to ask about level 9, let's try real quick so that you can see. Even the 2 hits here. What are the 2 hits? 72. You get 72 damage. So let's say you mess up, right? You do alpha, and then you do the 2 hits. That's still more damage than just doing the third alpha. So it is definitely worth it if you can to whiff the first hit and then go for the third hit. Whoops. Sorry, I'm not playing off of my monitor. I'm playing it through the... Yeah, there you go. I'm playing it through the OBS, so it's kind of hard to get the timing right. It is something you want to practice just for a little bit. It's really not a hard combo. It's super easy to do. One more thing about the alpha that you may not have known is that if somebody is in the air and you hit them with alpha, if they have no shield, keep hitting the alpha as quick as possible because what's going to happen is that they're going to get knocked over. Getting hit by alpha and they don't have any shield instantly puts them in like a knocked over state, and it allows you to follow up with additional alphas. However, they will not, they won't be stuck in the air where you can hit them multiple times. If they have shield that will be stuck in the air just like that. Like you can do it slowly still. But in the air, they just kind of get knocked over, and there's nothing you can do about it. Next up, you've got Beta. Beta is interesting, and there are certain ways to use it. So against certain characters, like Endeavor, if he was to shoot at you from the shield or from the front, he can't hit you. Same with Denki. Denki can't shoot through the shield. All Might can hit it, but if you're too close to it, it'll hit you, but chances are All Might's going to be up in the air against you anyway. Other Momos probably will hit you if you're standing right behind the shield, so that's also not really good. But there's ways to like set up the cannons behind this. So if you run them over and they're on the ground, you can kind of lock off like them going to the left if they wanted to wake up and do something, or you can lock them off going to the right. If I have multiple cannons, I don't have it all turned to mine, but you get the idea. I won't talk about cannons later, but right now that's a way that you can use Beta. If you would like to press somebody, I would definitely use it. Like if Bakugo's shooting at you from far away and you just want to get closer to him, I would definitely use this to get closer towards him, because you know, since the season 3, you can get shot in the back, and you have to be careful about using it as a tool to run away, because it's not a good tool to run away. However, it is a great tool for locking people in a building. It's a great tool for keeping people out of a building. If I had this more than level 1, it'd be a lot easier, but you could do something like that. And this would stop people from getting inside the building. I might even still be able to shoot out of here. I can't. No, I can't. Yeah, so, you know, it just gives you an idea on how to use the shield, and it's a good way of stopping people from, you know, pressing you or pushing momentum on you. So I would heavily consider using this, trying to keep people from bothering you. Or I guess there, but if you had your shield to level 4, it shouldn't be too hard in that manner as well. So you don't always have to use your shield to charge somebody. You don't always have to use your shield to block a door. You can also use your shield to like pinch somebody in a certain area. Different ways to use the shield. You gotta be mindful and decide, hey, what's the best way to use this? If it is in your pocket, it is useful. It's something that you can definitely find a use for. It's not a useless move. Just because you can't get hit, or just because you can get hit from the back with it now, doesn't mean that it's useless. Definitely push people from the forward. What I will say though is, against Shigaraki, because you can get hit from the back now, puddles that are on the floor will hurt you, so you have to be careful about using Beta against the puddles. They will destroy you. You will not survive once he starts lighting up the ground. So the biggest counters to Momo is All Might, because All Might can go in the air, and the only thing she can do is this, pretty much. But she doesn't really, like, she's not jumping high enough to stop All Might from hitting her from above. And he has 3 different ways to go in the air. He has a special, he has his Beta, and he has another Beta in the pocket that he could use. So All Might against Momo on the open, really bad. What I highly suggest you do, try to find a building, or if you're on the first map, a cave to get inside, because here is where you control the fight. Here is where you control the area. You'll be a-okay, because you can't, like, my alpha's now reached to the sky. I can combat him now. He can't just fly away from me to a point where I can't get him. That's not possible. Now I can actually fight him in close quarters, and it just becomes easier to deal with. The same goes for Endeavor. Endeavor is somebody who will easily just sit above you and hit Momo, and you can't really do anything about it. So we went over Alpha, we went over Beta. Now let's talk about the Gamma. Gamma is something that's ridiculously strong in Season 3 and has gotten buffed. There are characters that do counter Momo, but when they don't know that Momo is coming, you can get so much damage. So much damage. And these cannons don't really have range. It seems to go like really far. Like there is a limit to the range, but I mean, look at the distance on that. it, yeah, yeah. This is pretty nutty. All right, so with the cannons, I'm just gonna put on level 9 with the cannons just to show us how these work. With cannons, you want to place them in a direction that you think your opponent is going to go in. So even in an open field like this, we can place a cannon over here, and we can place a cannon over here. This leaves our opponent two options: to come towards us, or to back up in this direction. So if you knock somebody down with the alpha steps that I told you about, you want to place a cannon here and here, you have time to hit them as they're waking up if they choose to do an action. If they run in a direction and press a button, they're immediately going to get hit. Or if they press their special action, they're also going to get hit, because special action takes you out of being invulnerable. So, sorry, two more notes that I just wanted to interject here. There's a couple things you got to worry about. People who have armor will still get away. They'll take damage, but they can easily just get out, such as Kirishima's Alpha, Shiggy, Gamma, like those kind of things. Also, you want to use the cannons as a way to deter people from going to that area. If the people see that, if your opponent sees that the cannon is going in a certain direction, they're typically probably not going to go in that direction, and that's okay because you're using it as an area of denial. That's the importance of cannons as much as it is like getting damage. If we knock them down, now we have to worry about in front of us and behind them, because we've effectively locked off them going to the right, them going to the left. Now they could, if they wanted to, they could come this way and try to press us, but we'll see them coming towards us, and our alpha is pretty good at keeping people at bay. Alpha's really good at saying, stay back. You also can shoot yourself with the cannon if you don't feel safe. If somebody's chasing you and they don't want to like leave you alone if they're pressing you, what you can do is try to alpha them away. If you knock them down and you think they're gonna continue trying to chase you, you knock them down, you put a cannon on yourself, and you just try to create distance that way. And that's pretty much it. I would suggest using Momo from higher vantage if you can, because it allows you to hit them at it allows for an easier way to hit them. Hitting people that are above you are super difficult unless you do. Oh, I did leave that out. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll talk about that real quick. So a technique that I love to use, I like to use these as motors or artillery strikes, pretty much. You can see that you can shoot it into the air and it can come back down on top of yourself, which can be a good thing sometimes. Sometimes you're setting up, you don't want people to bother you, but you don't want to hit the ground immediately. So what you do is just shoot it straight up into the air, and then if you defend yourself or whatever, it's just something that people have to think about because the bombs are going to come back down. But if you want this up here, and what's going to happen is when you shoot the first shot, the shots always change. So it's going to bounce back, and then it's going to bounce back again. So what you want to do is put it forward enough so that it's going to light up the whole roof. You want it to hit multiple times on the roof. Did I shoot it way too far? I did. Try that again. I'm gonna move it a little forward. I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. So each shot is different, and it comes closer towards the edge, which is what you want. Anytime you're doing this technique, definitely try to put it up to where you can cover as much of the building as you can, but also you don't want to put it so that the first shot lands right here, because if you put the first shot to land right here, it's going to just come back to you. See, the first hit lands there, but the second and third hit don't land. where you want it to land. So, food for thought. You got your special bag. When you are not used to playing, have to remember that you have a special bag in your bottom right. It'll be a random assortment of items. It can be this green one, it can be the blue one, it could be a team heal, which is the green and blue mixed together, or it can be a rainbow card that you can use to upgrade yourself or your allies. Or maybe even just a random card that's in your pocket. What to do with it, it's up to you. But I hope this guide helps you guys out there who have been wanting to learn Momo and know more about her. She's a strong character in my opinion. I don't think she's close to being the best. I don't think top 5. Cannons are absolutely annoying and super damaging. Not gonna lie about that. But she does have her faults, such as not being able to deal with projectile characters easily, or being able to deal with Endeavor or All Might, or Shigaraki. Shigaraki just completely shuts the character down. It's kind of insane how much like she can't play the game because of those characters. Those characters are very common too. So, oh, after cannon hits, it will get knocked over. I don't know why it's not doing it here. I guess because it's on auto recovery. I'm gonna put it on normal. Could knock them down. Yeah, they do get knocked over. But it's a lot of damage. I usually upgrade Gamma first and then Alpha. Save my Beta for last. Obviously, you can choose to play this character any way you want to. I already have a couple videos up from the season that have over 11,000 damage. If you're interested in checking that out. Here, I'm going to slow down the video so that I can explain how they're used in the real game scenarios. And this way, you can understand the things that I've taught you and how I use them too on almost every game I play. So we set up a cannon on the Mountain Lady. She gets away from it. That's okay. I follow her roll. I hit her twice with Alpha, and then I whiff my first melee, hit her with the 2 melees. I hit her in the air once with Alpha while she didn't have shield, and you could see what I was talking about earlier. She just fell over because she had no shield to keep her suspended in the air. We're catching this Ochako. I hit them twice, and my teammate goes to clap them. That clap is 180 damage on level 9, so it just makes sense to go and have my teammate set up for damage. I don't care if they get the KO. It's not my... like, I just want the win. We're gonna press the Bakugo here with the shield. He can't hit us from the front, so we finally tag him. The Toga is now trying to press us. I put the cannon down because I see the Toga trying to press me. I hit her twice with Alpha. She gets blown up by the cannons. She still wants to press us for some reason. We just keep the Alpha. We use the Alpha to keep her at bay, and we put the cannon down again because I assumed that she just wanted to keep pressing me. The Cementos has walls here, so what I do is just jump side to side to side to side, trying to get back up top. Luckily, I got popped up, so I'm going to pull out my Beta to suspend my animation in the air, and then I'm going to put myself on the platform, which is really cool. Here, we almost got knocked off, but wait, we have Beta, and we put ourselves back onto the platform. We don't have to get knocked off. We can still stay up here. Cementos wants to heal. We say no. And something I forgot to mention, that this is really important, try not to spend all 3 of your cannons. You'll get the cannons back quicker if you just spend 1 or 2. So spending all 3, you'll have to wait longer, and I mean, you just don't have any cannons to use at all. So really important to just make sure you hang on to those. This is actually really funny how he just keeps building, and we're just gonna stop him from healing. We're not gonna let him just, climb and heal. That won't be the point. So we ended up getting some damage here. You can see cannons at level 9 hit for 150, and then some of the shrapnel hit for 25. We have an Ochako who is in plus ultra. I hit her twice, and my teammate is immediately hitting them with the alphas. They're not doing any melee attacks. They're not doing a clap, because both of those alphas that they did so much damage, and you can see them just laying on the floor as shields already have low life. Twice. Trying to get away from me. I'm hitting him in the back of the head. I'm going to lock off his exit over here. I don't want him to exit this way. So I put down the cannon just in case he wanted to leave that way. So now he's forced to go downstairs. He's forced to go downstairs where my teammate already is. And I'm running downstairs to meet him. There he is. We clap him. He tries to go plus ultra or plus chaos, but it doesn't matter because he's in the circle and he already had no life. So that takes care of him. On to the next one. We've got Kirishima trying to push us. Kirishima can be kind of tricky. You have to make him miss an ability and then you can try to beta him. If that doesn't work, if he's not in armored, you can alpha him 3 times, but you'll just have to learn like how to make him whiff and then go for a beta so you can knock him and then create some distance for yourself. So here I was lucky to get some distance. I woke up with neutral wake up because you can't get hit when you just wake up with neutral wake up. He's trying to push me out into the circle here, so we put down a cannon at him. We put down a cannon at myself. You see him eating so much damage. I got the shield out because I had space and I hit him, and now it turns into a situation where he's just dead because he wanted to keep pressing us out in the circle and there was no reason for that. He didn't have to do that. Sucks to suck, but you know, some people are just that thirsty for you and that's how you can just put them down. On to the last clip that I have for you. Shiggy is destroying us. We get some guard points here, but we still just eat just a little bit of damage from another alpha that he did. He has a puddle out. I'm trying to get away. I hit him twice with alpha. I just wanted him down because he was an armored. Even if they're armored, if you hit him 3 times, you can still knock them down. But here I locked off his route. I didn't want him to go that way. He still went that way anyway, and then he goes down. So that's a good way for Area of Denial. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can catch me on twitch.tv/Psyken, where I'll be happy to answer more questions, or you can ask them in the comments below. Please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.